Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's session. Please, can you confirm in the chat box if you can all hear me? And me, please confirm in the chat box if you can all hear me. Oh, thank you so much, Oluwafermi. So good morning, everyone. My name is Omotayo Akinwumi. I'm the Business Support Officer for the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, and I would like to welcome each and every one of you to today's session. Today's session promises to be another very educative one. We'll be speaking on business continuity. But just before we start, I'd like for us to please, I'd like to crave your indulgence for a few more minutes to allow more people to join the session before we start the session proper. But while we wait for people to join, can we please start by introducing ourselves in the chat box? Let's know where you're joining us from today. Um, Please introduce yourself in the chat box. Let us know where you're joining us from today and what you do, the business you do. It will present an opportunity for you to network with other business owners like yourselves in the chat box. So please, can we introduce ourselves in the chat box? Let us know what you do, where you're joining this session from. Welcome, Ayatollah Busari from Abuja. Oh, it's good to have you all the way from Abuja. Ayatu is a sustainable transport specialist. Welcome, Ayatu. Thank you for joining today's session. So can we have more? I believe we have more people that are that do more in the chat room session today. So please can we have people introduce themselves? Let us know where you're joining us from today and let us know what you do. Thank you, Fermi. Folua Fermi is a business administrator at Eco and Converge Green Limited. You're joining us from Lagos. Welcome. Thank you, Folua Fermi. So while we wait for others to, introduce themselves in the chat box, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for today's session. And like I said earlier, today's session promises to be a very insightful session. And I'd like to believe that today's session will be focusing on equipping businesses with strategies and tools that they need to stay resilient during, speaking of risk management generally and the importance of business continuity. So I believe would learn a lot from today's session. And welcome, Mr. Delakun from Lagos. You're joining us from Lagos and you say you're into general printing and IT services. Welcome to today's session. Like I said earlier, my name is Omotayo Akinwumi and I'm the Business Support Officer for the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. And here at the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, what we do at the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund is we provide access to finance for business owners right here in Lagos State. And we not only provide access to finance, we also provide capacity building opportunities, vocational training opportunities, and also for those in the tech space, there's also opportunities for you to benefit here at the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund through our various programs. For our so for our loan programs, we have three different loan categories. We have our MES, we have our ME, which is the micro enterprise startup. We have our micro enterprise loan program. We also have our SME loan programs. These three different local programs categories are available at a single digit interest rate, which is 9%. So you might ask, how can you have access to all of any of these loans? So all the documents that you'll be needing that are very important, you'll be needing your LASRA, which is an evidence that you are resident right here in Lagos State, because our loan programs are majorly for residents of Lagos State. Note that I did not say you have to be from Lagos, but you have to be a resident. So as long as you live in Lagos, irrespective of your tribe, as long as you're a Lagos resident and you own a business, and you run a business right here in Lagos State, you have an opportunity to access our loans. For the documents you'll be needing for the loans, you would need your LASRA, you would need your tax, you would need your 6 months bank statements, you would need your passport photograph, you would need a valid government you need a valid government ID, and then you need your BVN, your ATM. Now, for those that might want to access the SME loans, you'll be needing, alongside all those documents that I've mentioned, you'll be needing your CAC and your team. These documents are very important if you would like to apply for our loans. For the capacity building opportunities I will provide here at the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, this falls under the business support unit where I'm an officer at. And under the business support unit, we provide capacity building opportunities such as our master classes, which is one of those that you're in today. We also provide advisory sessions. We have different advisory sessions that we provide, namely the legal advisory session, we have our HR advisory session, we have our risk advisory session, we have our marketing advisory session, and we have our HR advisory session. So these are the advisory sessions that we offer under our capacity building opportunities. We also have our access to market opportunities that we provide for business owners here in Lagos State. So we also have our business registration. So if you have your businesses are not yet registered, we provide business registration, free business registration. Notice I said free business registrations to residents here in Lagos State. So if you have businesses that are not yet registered and you'd like to have access to our free business registration program, please be on the lookout for the application forms so that you can, fill them and then not miss out on when we start, on when the registration starts. Um, we also have our MSME bootcamp. This is a program that was designed to, equip small and medium scale businesses with the necessary skills that they need to help, scale their businesses. So this program is presently ongoing, and we've completed 4 local governments. We are currently on the 5th local government. We've been to Alimosho in February. We were at Oshodi Solo in March. And then in April, we were at Ibejuleki. In May, we were at Lagos Mainland. And currently, in May, we were at Lagos Mainland. And currently, we're in Epe. So if you know that you'd like to benefit, we're going to be in Ikorodu and its environs in July. So for those that will be interested, the program is currently ongoing, and will be in Ikorodu in July. Then we have our Lagos Innovate team that deals, if you're in the tech space, you have budding tech ideas that you like to bring to life, you're in need of a workspace and you'd like to have access to the workspace voucher, you can, this is where our Lagos Innovate team comes in. And if you're within the ages also of 18 to 35, you'd like to acquire skill, we also have our employability units that are in charge of this particular vocational training programs. These are all of the programs that we have at the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. If you'd like to have access to any of these programs, you can follow us on all our social media platforms at Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, or you can go to visit our website at www.lstf.ng to go through all of the programs and then click on whatever program that you might be interested in and you'd like to apply for, or you can walk into any of the local government. Like I said, we are in all the local governments right here in Lagos State and in 6 LCDs. Please do walk into any of the local governments, ask for the LSTF office, and our officers on ground right there to attend to you and to answer any other further questions that you might have. So, welcome to start today's session. Today we're speaking about business maturity, and we have here with us one of our very good partners, Anza Manzad, and that will be facilitating today's session. And we have with us Madam Fumilayo Kunle Komolafe. Now, you might ask, who is Madam Fumilayo Kunle Komolafe? Well, Madam Fumilayo Komolafe joined AXA Manzad Insurance PLC in March 2016, as a team lead and SME Ireland. She has 16 years experience in the financial services industry. Madam Fumilayo started her career at EcoBank as an executive trainee in April 2008. In EcoBank, she served as a relationship manager in both the Ayomide and Jolayemi branches of the bank. In April 2013, she joined UBA PLC, where she became Profit Center Manager, Mass Affluent, and in August 2014, she became a relationship manager in the commercial team of the Lagos Central Branch, and later was redeployed to Chevron Branch as a relationship manager. So Madam is a graduate of accounting from Bowen University, Wo, Osun State, an associate member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, and has an executive MBA from the Business School, Netherlands. Madam Funla is currently an executive heading the SME and Wealth Management at AXA Manzad PLC. So please can we put our hands together as we welcome Madam Funla to please take over the session and start off with the session. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. You can just respond in the chat box, or you can quickly unmute and respond, so I know we are all here to learn together. Okay, thank you. I can see the responses coming. I'm trying to share my screen. Okay, please confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, okay, we can.
Oh, okay, thank you. Because I'm currently sharing, so I won't be able to see your chats. All right, thank you. Thank you, Omotayo, for the introduction. And just like Omotayo introduced, my name is Fumilayo Kunle Komolafe, and I'm the Group Head, SME and Wealth at AXA Manzad Insurance PLC. And today I will be, we'll be learning together on what business continuity is a master class for SMEs in partnership with Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. And I promise you that at the end of this session, there will be great insights for you that would promote your business and also give you the desired growth that you have always desired. And I'm also sure that even at the end of this session, you would also, some things will resonate with you. Maybe you have friends, family, that in time past, they've been impacted by disaster or even any catastrophe or any incidents that has led to the discontinuation of their business. And this would really drive home a point for you to know that your business can actually continue. Your business can actually even outlive you when you put the right things in place. And today, one of the examples I always give, I give examples of family businesses, even in the developed world, businesses that have started in like 1890 something, 1820 something, and today they are still existing. And they started as family businesses. And why are they still existing? Because there's business continuity that has been put in place. And today, everyone on this call, that maybe you are a business owner or you're also managing a business, you will know the importance of having business continuity, or having a business continuity plan, and what business continuity really means. So let's get right into the presentation. So today I will, before I commence the presentation, maybe this is your first time you are hearing AXA Mansard Insurance PLC. I will give you a brief of who we are as an organization, what the training objectives are, why business continuity matters. I've been hearing business continuity. What is it really? What are the challenges facing you as a business owner? The key elements of business continuity plan. I'll take you through a case study that resonates with us even as a nation, and how you can even get started, get down to even our contact details. So at the end of this training session, you would understand the key components of business continuity, all that you need to know about business continuity, what you need to, the practical and local strategies you need to learn, and finally, how you need to explore the Nigerian context of what are the SME disruptions that we have locally that can impact your business and that can lead to the death of a small business. Data has proven and shown that within the first 3 to 5 years of a new SME business, a larger percentage, the attrition is very high even at that stage. Between I would say between 0 to the first 5 years, there's a high attrition of SMEs. What that means is you found out that within that first stage, young stage, a lot of SMEs go out of business, and the reasons are not far-fetched, and we will be able to see some of the reasons even in our session this morning. So who are we as an organization? AXA Mansard Insurance, we're a member of the AXA Group. We are the #1 global insurance brand in the world. We're a worldwide leader in insurance and asset management. We are currently based in 50 countries, and we have over 54,000 employees. We are serving over 95 million customers. And our revenue is in excess of 110 billion euros. At the end of last year, we grossed underlying earnings in excess of 8.1 billion euros. And asset under management, I mentioned earlier that we're a worldwide leader in insurance and asset management. When you want to talk about investment portfolios as well, we have a subsidiary that does that as well. And as at the end of last year, we grossed in excess of 759 billion euros as well. AXA Mansard, AXA Nigeria, we're a non-bank financial services institution. We are not a bank, so we don't borrow people money. What our business segment focus on? Our business segment focus is property and casualty. What that means is the assets you own in your business, the liabilities that come with running your business, we help you manage that. Then life and savings, what that means is, and you hear people saying, I want to do life insurance, meaning if that suddenly occurs to you as a business owner, what happens to your business? What happens to your employees? What happens to even your family members? That's where the life insurance comes in. Then we also manage healthcare of people as well. And we do, I'm sure you hear people say, oh, I want to buy HMO. HMO means Health Management Organization. We manage people's health. So we sell health insurance as well. And finally, asset management. And we've been rated B plus by the highest rating agency, which is known as AM Best in the year 2023, based on our financial strength rating. And that shows that we have strong financial strength. And we were rated in same 2023, a triple B rating that shows our issuer credit rating, that shows we have a strong credit rating as an organization. So that's just a brief of what you need to know about us as an organization. And let's get right into the reason why we are here today, why business continuity matters. In a simple layman term, business continuity means, the ability for you as an organization to quickly return back to doing business within a short while is just what business continuity is. And basically, it's talking about you protecting what matters most to you in your business, protecting your business against unexpected disruptions that you don't even know will happen. Today, Nigerian SMEs, there are regular interruptions that you as a business owner or that your business face. It ranges from power outages to policy shifts. And when you have a business continuity plan in place, it helps you respond effectively instead of reacting in panic. And what business continuity does for you is it makes you have smooth recovery and continuity. And the goal for you is not just about survival, it's for you to be able to bounce back. It's not just for your business continuity is not just for you to survive. Let me be able to survive and gather myself together. No, it's for your business to be able to bounce back quickly. And when you have backups in place, you have communication plans, you have your recovery strategies, your business, it keeps running even after a setback. And what we're also, the insight we are bringing to you today is also to let you know that business continuity is not only for large corporates. It starts with you as a small business as well, no matter how small your business is, because there are unprecedented issues, catastrophe that can happen at any time that you don't plan for. Nobody plans for a disaster. That's just the truth. And when you have business continuity plan in place, it helps you survive as a business and it makes you thrive. Before you know what is happening, your business is able to, the next thing you are hearing, I'm already 20 years in business. For someone to be in business for 20 years, a small business, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, there are things they are put in place. One of the things is business continuity plan, which will give you a long-term edge. And when you plan your business ahead, you are able, and you know what business continuity plan does for you again? You'll be able to retain your customers. The truth is, when you don't have business continuity, new customers, existing customers, they don't want to do business with a business that is not stable, because when there's no business continuity, there's definitely going to be instability in your business. It makes you recover revenue sharply. And it makes you to even grow. While the ones that don't have business continuity plan in place, they will just struggle. And what are the challenges we face as SMEs in Nigeria? There are a lot of challenges we face that affect the viability of our SME businesses. One of the challenges you can see is unstable power supply, frequent outages. that disrupt your production, your storage. It disrupts communication. And what happens? It increases your operating cost. Inadequate infrastructure as well, poor roads, not having access to internet, epileptic internet facility and all that. Dependence on physical storefront. When you're always depending on a physical location, you become more vulnerable to pandemics. You remember what happened during COVID? Everyone here remember what happened during COVID. During COVID, you found out that it was the businesses that had business continuity plan in place, or businesses that had done one or two things, that were able to quickly bounce back because they have done the right thing. Challenges that SMEs face when you depend on physical storefront, it will affect, especially when there's civil arrest. Remember what NSAS did to us. And access to finance as well. People, SMEs, they are unable to finance expansion. They are unable to pay their insurance premium. They struggle to recover from shocks or even scale up. These are the few challenges that our SMEs face, and regulatory and policy uncertainty as well. Frequent changes in policy and regulations are the challenges our SMEs face. So what are the key elements of a business continuity plan? The first thing in the key elements of a business continuity plan, the first thing for you to do is to assess your risk. And that is very key. When you identify the risks faced, the threats or uncertainties that you don't know anything about, what are those risks? Fire, maybe fire to your warehouse, fire to your store, or even burglary. Your store can be burgled. There can be flood as well. There can be cyber attacks. There can be unrest or inflation. These are few of the risks that I've just identified. There are some that I might not have identified. You know your business and you know those risks, those potential threats. You assess the impact. Example, what's the impact? What will a fire do to my operation? What impact? Assess impact on critical operations. How will they impact my revenue? How will they impact, the production? How will they impact, the sales and logistics? After you have done that, you will now identify internal and external threats. All these risks that we have identified, there's internal risk, there's external. There are some that, like government regulation, there's nothing you can do about government regulation because these are they are external risks that you don't have control over. And we are here today to discuss business continuity, and for you, the ones you can control, for you to put a plan in place to address, the impacts, the ones you can control. For example, you have the example of internal and external threat. There are fire, civil commotion, power failure, burglary, I mentioned that earlier, market shift, regulatory changes. And just like I've alluded to, some of these threats to your business are some you cannot control. But the ones you can control, the ones that are inherent to your business, that are insurable, these are the ones that you need to plan around and make decisions about, and put the right strategies in place to protect your business, to protect your revenue, to protect your sales, to protect your business from not having a disaster, of not being able to continue, or the impact a disaster will bring to your business. And you assess the likelihood and severity of those risks. As you identify the risks associated with doing business, or the risks that come with a disaster or an incident, internal, external, what's the likelihood and severity of this risk affecting your business operations? When you have a fire incident, What severity would it bring if all your store, your warehouse is suddenly gutted by fire and everything is razed down to ashes? What severity will it bring? Or just like we had during the time of NSAS, and people's stores were vandalized. We have supermarket that they cleared everything to the teeth. Nothing remained. What severity would that kind of risk bring to your business? Include both operational risk as well. When those catastrophe comes, when those catastrophe come, or when any kind of incidents comes, how will they affect your operations? For example, equipment breakdown. What would the impact of that bring to your business as well? And the strategic risks that come with all those incidents and those disasters. Because as those risks happen, there's the end result, one of which is the loss of key customers. Because immediately a fire happens, immediately a civil unrest happens, and customers see that, oh, you cannot meet their demand, you lose them. They move to your competitor. And when you cannot return back within a short while, all you will just be hearing is they've moved on. All you will just be hearing from those customers is, some of them, you don't even find them any longer because they have moved on to your competitor, and it will take you some time to even get them back. But when you have a business continuity plan in place and you return back to business within few weeks, some of those customers won't even know that anything even happens to your business because you have the right plans in place for that business. And what are the recovery strategies you need to do after you have identified the risk? You've done everything, you've identified internal and external threats or uncertainties to that your business. What are the strategies you need to put in place so that you can recover quickly? One of which is transfer of risk. When it comes to transfer, in risk management, there are a lot of methods that we can use to manage the risk in our businesses. One of the methods, which is important to this discussion, is transfer of risk. And in transfer of risk, what do I mean by that? It means that the risk in your business, you have identified that fire can happen to my business, burglary can happen to my business, there can be issue of civil unrest. And the question is, who can I transfer this risk to? An example is purchasing an insurance policy that address the insurable risk, because there are some risks that are not insurable. It's not all the risk in your business that are insurable. For example, policy changes, they are not insurable, and which is why I said there are some risks you cannot control. Focus on the ones that you can control to reduce the impact some of those incidents will bring to reduce the impact, the negativity they will bring to your business, to reduce the impact of even losing your customers completely, to reduce the impact of even going out of business. And secondly, you can use generator inverters. Backup power solutions like generators or inverters can help you maintain operations during outages. That's a second recovery strategy for you as a business. Another critical thing is when you power up your essential equipment, it will prevent revenue loss when you have a downtime. Fire can cause a downtime for you, and that is just the truth. When even if you have transferred your risk, what are the things that can happen? Because, for example, I keep giving example of fire. If fire raises down all the assets in your office, even though you might have transferred your risk to an insurance company, there are other critical things that you also need to ensure that you have done the right things to protect them, like your equipment that power up maybe your stock list, that power up your store list. The power of the data. Data is life, and data is very essential. You also need to ensure you have big backup data. Today, we have what we call cloud, iCloud. You can save things in the cloud. Not only saving things on the laptop, not only saving things on your phone. Easily, you can save things on the cloud, and they are free. You can save things on Google Drive. You can save things on iCloud. If you are using an Apple product, you can save things on iCloud. They give the free space of close to about 50 gig. Then if you need to save above 50 gig, then you will need to pay maybe a token. Maybe you need to have a space as high as a 300 gig or 150 gig, depending on the kind of data that you store. When you keep those data, because data is expensive, you cannot just get them anywhere. When you keep them properly in the cloud, at any time, even anything can happen to your laptop. Your laptop can get destroyed. Something can happen. It can even be stolen. But when you have backed up your data in the cloud, immediately you get a new one. You restore everything back again. You need to secure alternative suppliers. Don't depend on a single supplier. That's another recovery strategy for you. Build relationships with backup supplier, because even your supplier's business can be affected as well. Your supplier might not have insurance in place. Someone that supplies you a critical raw material or critical raw materials for your business, if they don't have proper insurance in place, maybe they don't do insurance, they don't have any business continuity plan in place. Anything can happen to that supplier and it can impact your business. You need to have alternative suppliers as well. And finally, you need to ensure continuity in case of delivery delays or stockouts or supply chain disruptions. So the next thing we will be discussing is, so how do I plan? How do I develop a plan? And you need to do plan development, and not only develop a plan, you need to test that it works as well. You need to build a plan and make sure it works. The first thing for you to do is you need to document the business continuity plan with clear roles. Ensure everyone knows their responsibility before a disruption happens. You need to set up communication channels. You can use WhatsApp or SMS or calls to keep your staff informed quickly. You need to test regularly and update even after major events have happened, because it makes you know what testing does for you? It makes you catch your weak spot and stay ready even for real emergencies. And testing is actually very important. It's good to develop a plan, but have you tested that plan to ensure that it's working? Because when a civil unrest happens, just like it happened during NSAS, how do you quickly switch to online or to your online platform? Or how do you quickly switch to ensure that your business is not disrupted? If there's a fire, if there's a burglary issue, if there's a flood in that your physical location, or even in that your warehouse, how do you quickly switch to ensure that your customers keep coming to you, to ensure that there's stability in your business? Develop plans and build a plan that works, and ensure that you have tested that the plan is working, and test regularly to update. You need to keep updating. So what's the role of technology? Technology is very key for us. It helps you boost your productivity through innovation. Technology is key. It's very key. Don't say, "Oh, my business is too small. I'm going to spend so much on technology." No, there's a lot technology can do for your business. One of the things you need to do in embracing innovation through technology is you need to embrace digital payments. I know a lot of people today, or a lot of small businesses, are scared of people hijacking your payments, They are scared of phishing attacks. They are scared of fraud and all that. Well, you need to embrace digital payment. There are a whole lot you can do, to ensure that the platforms you use are well secured, or you are banking with the right banks that ensure that you are using the right platforms that is well secured. Because it makes it easy for your customers to pay. You use POS transfers, it reduces cash risk for you and speed up your transactions. Most of your transactions should not be in cash. You just need to put the right thing in place to ensure that you prevent yourself from the risk that comes with handling cash. Then build online presence. I need to reiterate this for every small business. Businesses that have grown today, that suddenly grew, they build a presence online. And how can you do that? We have various social media today. LinkedIn is one, especially as a business person. You need to be on LinkedIn because that's a professional space. You need to be on Instagram, you need to be on Facebook. To mention but a few, you can use Google My Business to be found. There's something they call SEO, search engine optimization. And when you do that, people can easily search the name of your business on Google. Don't you notice that at times when you put some things on Google, when you just even give Google a hint, the next thing, the name, a lot of names pop up because those businesses, they have done what we call search engine optimization. It makes their business can quickly be found online, and it helps you reach more customers even beyond your area, beyond your physical location. Implement cybersecurity practices. Use strong password and update software. And that's what I mentioned with embracing digital payments. Yes, technology is important, but you need to also ensure that you implement cybersecurity practices. Use strong passwords. Update your software so that you are not caught napping, so that you don't become incident, you don't become you don't get defrauded by the hackers or the Yahoo guys that are always looking for a prey. And when you become a victim, they just swindle you. They hack into your account or they hack into your system, and it's a different story. Will be hearing. But what do companies and organizations do today? They just implement cybersecurity practices to ensure that their online presence is well secured, to ensure that their payment gateway is well secured, to ensure that everything is put in place so they don't become a victim of the malpractices that come with online online activities. So case study. So in all of these that I have mentioned, it is worthy to also give examples of SMEs that have remained resilient and SMEs that have also suffered as well. And the case that is popular for everyone, which we cannot forget in a hurry, is NSAS. We all know what happened during NSAS. I will give you examples, 3 examples, physical example of my own customers that got affected, not even during NSAS alone. I have NSAS, but I will also give you example of retaliation of xenophobic attack that also happened as well. That was a year before NSAS happened. But firstly, let's talk about the NSAS. Remember during NSAS, physical stores were shut just because there was unrest, and a lot of stores they were vandalized. Stores were shut, and apart from being shut, stores were also vandalized as well. And in SMEs or business owners that had insurance in place at that time, they were able to return back to businesses quickly because their claims were paid. So one of my own customer that is in the food industry that got affected, they had over six of their stores that was affected even during NSAS. All their stores vandalized, their equipment destroyed. They even stole some of their stock items and all that. They reported, and we did all that we needed to do in processing their claim, and we paid their claim within a short while. They were back in business as well. I had another customer as well. Some of them in shopping malls and all that got affected as well. One is in the beauty industry as well that got affected during the SARS. Another way some of those SMEs were resilient during NSAS when physical stores were shut, they quickly switched to online sales, Instagram, WhatsApp, and they quickly adapted themselves to online platforms so that they can continue reaching their customers. And with that, their business continued. And another way their business also recovered as well is using off-site inventory smart storage strategy. It made them to quickly resume operations quickly. So this is just real life case study of how the SMEs that have put business continuity plan in place they have remained resilient today. And I also have an example of SMEs that didn't have insurance during NSAS. Some of them are not back in business today. I'm sure maybe you also have few examples that you can point to, of businesses that they don't have insurance. They don't even have any business continuity plan. Some small business think, oh, business continuity plan is for large corporate. No, it's for all businesses. Every business have a risk they are contending with. I said a risk because it can be one risk and it can be multiple risks. But the thing you have to do is to look at every process in your business or every stage in your business and highlight the risks associated with the process or the risk associated with each stage in your business and see that, okay, with the risk I have identified, how do I protect myself? So in getting started, we have the first 5 steps for you as a business is appoint a continuity coordinator. And after you do that, you assign a dedicated person because this is to ensure there is accountability and a clear point of contact for your activities to continue. The second thing is identify critical functions. Knowing the operations that are essential to the running of your business is very, very key. So that you know, because in business continuity, it's not all the operations that you need to quickly recover. What are the critical ones? Is it the selling that is critical, or is it the production? The critical ones that you need to quickly recover, you need to identify, then backup data, regular backups, safeguard your vital information. Earlier I mentioned about the iCloud. You need to ensure that your data is being backed up on a regular basis. And when you get to a point where your backup, your space is filled up, you need to buy more space so that you just don't you don't get disappointed when incidents happen. You now found out that some data were not even up, or you now found out that it was after 2 months ago that some of your data stopped being backed up. So which is why you must ensure that regular backups to safeguard vital information, and that will enable your test recovery. That is very, very key. The simpler one is even your emails, your store list, your information that are very key, revenue details, they are very, very key, supplier details, all those key data, the data that is important in your business that you need to regularly back up on a regular basis. You need to ensure that that is done, because at times the iCloud backup or the Google Drive backup, at times it might just stop suddenly, especially if the space is filled up. And the next thing for you to do is to ensure that you increase the space by buying more space. Draft emergency plan, having a well-documented plan. And all that you need to do is just outline the steps to take during crisis, because that will reduce confusion and it will also minimize the downtime. And finally, you need to regularly train your team so that when disaster happens, when any incidents occur, everybody know their roles and can quickly respond effectively to emergency. And in taking these steps, earlier I mentioned transfer of risk, because it's one in taking your steps, one of the things you also need to do is to transfer risk. In transferring your risk, you need to purchase an insurance product to protect your business, maybe against fire, against burglary, depending on the kind of risks you have identified. And this just shows a simple business insurance for SMEs. It's one-stop insurance solution. And as low as a 10,000 naira, you can insure your business against fire insurance, against burglary, against group personal accidents. Well, what is fire and burglary insurance? It protects your properties, your content from the dangers that come with fire, from the dangers of fire, as well from special perils such as storm, earthquake, or flood. When you have a fire insurance in place, fire insurance can destroy your business premises, it can destroy your business content, it can destroy all your tangible properties, it can destroy your furniture and fittings, your electronics, your plant and machineries. Those are just examples. And there can be your content or your physical stock can also be bubbled as well. Fire insurance, fire and special peril and burglary insurance will protect you. When you have that in place, it protects the risk that come with either fire or even burglary. Then there is group personal accident. What group personal accident does is it protects you as the business owner or even your employees against any form of accident in the course of carrying out the duties and responsibilities in the business, or in carrying out the roles of each person. Accidents can happen, and that accident can lead to death. It can lead to temporal or permanent disability. It can lead to it can lead to you having to make payment for medical expenses. But when you have group with this business insurance, you are secured, and then you know that you, the business owner, or even your employees, they are protected. Then a third-party public liability, or what we also refer to as general third-party liability. In carrying out your business, in carrying out your business activities, it can impact a third party. Your business can lead to the death of a third party. It can lead to the destruction of the asset of a third party. And that third party will want to make a claim. When you have, with this insurance, your business is protected against you having to dip money in having to dip money into the savings of your business, having to dip money into your capital, money that is meant for the running of your business. But with this insurance in place, you are secured. And finally, professional indemnity. For professionals, in carrying out their business, a doctor, an architect, a professional fashion designer, your business can impact or you can make errors. There can be negligence as well. And the person that you are currently doing business with will want to make a claim for the errors you have committed or for your negligence. So professional indemnity covers that. And you can see that under option one, as low as a 10,000 naira, you have this bundle insurance in place. And option two, as low as 30,000, and option three, as low as 45,000. The difference between these insurances is just the limits, and the higher the premium, the higher the limit. That's just the difference. They are all the same type of insurance policies. So this just shows our contact. So at this point, I would like to take questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Kumlayo, for that very insightful session. So please, for your questions, please do drop your questions in the Q&A box. But while we wait for questions, we will be launching a poll. Please kindly help fill this poll, as this is very important and this goes a long way in helping us serve you better. So the poll has been launched now on your screens. Please do fill these polls and this will help us serve you better. So please, for your questions, please do drop your questions in the Q&A box so that Madam Funaya can attend to them. I know for one that I've learned a lot. Some of the points that you've mentioned: appoint a continuity coordinator, identify critical functions in your organization, ensure that your data is being backed up on a regular basis so you don't lose out on anything, draft emergency plans, and regularly train your team so that there are no lapses, there are no loopholes that can come back to hurt your businesses. Please do drop your questions in the Q&A box. And I think Madam Fumlayo will be dropping also a contact in the chat box for those that might want to reach out to her. And like Madam Fumlayo stated during this session, the importance of all of these things, importance of business continuity, having a business continuity plan. I'm very sure before COVID happened, everyone went about their businesses. I'm pretty sure then whenever the issue of anything insurance was being brought up, a whole lot of people would probably look at it and maybe sneer at it and say, what am I using insurance for? But for a lot of people, or for the very few, I would like to believe that had their insurance plans intact, they were able to mitigate the event of COVID, the effect of COVID smoothly without having to feel the brunt a lot. So please, do we have questions? Please do help us fill the poll that has been launched on your screen. The polls are very important as they would help us serve you better. Please do help us fill the polls. Okay. So I'm pretty sure Madam Paula has covered a whole lot, and I'm pretty sure would have questions because as business owners in Lagos State, especially given that a whole lot of times that there are a whole lot of events that we do not plan for, as business owners in Lagos State. And I think one of the things she mentioned while she was educating us was about third party. And there are times when there are people where maybe you have a shop, you forgot to maybe turn off an electrical appliance that probably um, maybe started a fire that now spread all through to other shops. I'm pretty sure, Madam Funaya, if you can help clarify, that can serve as a third party. If other parties are trying to lay claims, that can serve as a third
Okay.
party claim.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Okay, let me confirm the question again. So you want to confirm if a business, if their business impacts the property of a third party leading to fire, right?
Yes.
Oh, sure. That's public liability. It's a public liability insurance because let me break it down. For your business, in running your business, while you are carrying out your business activities, it can lead to death of a third party. It can lead to the damage of the assets of a third party. It can lead to the destruction of their third party, sorry, of their asset rather. And that comes under public liability because your business activities have impacted, the public. The third party is being referred to you as the public. So, and in carrying out your business activities, anything can happen. And there's no how the third party will not want to make a claim. I've seen, so let me give you a story, an instance. I'm not going to mention the name of the company, but it's a real, and this is not just a fable or maybe story that I read. Is my own customer. They run real estate and they have a lot of shopping malls and they also have resort places as well. Suddenly, let me tell you what happened. They just found a dead body inside their tank. They found a dead body inside their tank. I wouldn't know how that happened. Maybe it was they found a dead body inside their tank, and the family had to pay the family, and that's exactly what we are saying. That's the example I'm giving to you because they found the dead body in their own assets, it's inside their tank. A lot of things happen, and which is why, as a business owner, you must protect yourself. Don't say, "Oh, cannot happen, Jerry." And the example that is fresh today is NSAS. Nobody have spoken to elderly people in as old as 70 years old, 80 years old. What happened during NSAS? People said it has never happened before. So that's just an example of what public liability will do to protect your business.
Hey, thank you so much, Madam Funaya, for that clarification on, you know, so we can all agree with me that you really cannot over or I would say underestimate or really yes underestimate the importance of um insurance as a business owner in Lagos State. And you know, these are some of the sessions that we bring to you to help you. These sessions are really aimed at helping you, you know, grow your business, put the necessary plans in place so that you don't suffer losses due to unplanned incidences that happen that might come up at one point or the other. So I would believe that we do not have questions. Okay, I think we have one question in the Q&A box. And someone is asking for an interstate import business that is just about to start. What are the major things? What major things will you advise must be put in place for continuity?
Okay. So for an interstate, is it a logistics company now? Is the question in the chat box?
No, it's in the Q&A box. So, Mr. Sampson, would like for you to clarify, is it an yes, he said it's an interstate import business.
Okay, interstate, that's let me give an example between Lagos and Ondo State, for example.
I believe so, but Mr. Sampson, if you can please clarify.
Because if we are talking about importation, so that what you will be needing when it comes to importation of goods or importation of raw materials or importation of finished goods, you need a marine insurance, but that's when you are importing from outside the country. And when you are taking this, when you are also taking goods out of Nigeria, you need a marine insurance for your exports. Because I add imports. So, but if it's locally, when you are moving goods locally, we don't refer to that as imports. What you need for local movement of goods is goods in transit insurance. That's basically what you need. I don't know if that addresses your question.
So, Mr. Sampson, does that address your question, please? So I have a question here from Funsho Taiwo, and it says, thanks for the lesson, Madam Fumilayo. I would like to ask about the subscription for the insurance. Is it monthly or yearly? And also, can we have charts for PLC?
Sorry, I didn't get. I actually saw this. I was about responding. I just wanted to respond to the other one. So that premium you can see is yearly. So that 10,000 is for the year. For option two is 30,000. 30,000 is for the year, and option three is 45,000 for the year. Then also, can we have charts for sorry, please. Is it Mr. Funshaw or Mrs. Funshaw? Please, can you unmute? I don't understand the later question. The second question, please.
Okay, so while we wait for the clarification, so Mr. Sampson has clarified that it's a local local movement of goods actually. I think you've spoken on that. So I have a question here from Simisola Williams, and it says, what insurance will you advise for a fitness and wellness enterprise? So, Madam Fumi, can you hear me?
Sorry, I didn't hear you. Apologize, please.
Oh, okay. I said there's a question here that says, what insurance will you advise for a fitness and wellness enterprise?
Oh, okay. Thank you. I've even seen the question in the Q&A. Okay, so for a fitness and wellness enterprise, so looking at the kind of business you're on, one of the things you would need to consider is you deal with a lot of equipment. So you need to ensure that the equipment are insured. When it comes to insuring your equipment, there's an insurance we call plant or risk. So you need to ensure that that is in place. And I'm sure maybe you have generator as well. I wouldn't know how big the fitness and wellness center is. But I know that you need to have equipment insurance in place, plant or risk for your machineries, and also ensuring your content against fire and special peril and burglary. So those are that's the insurance we need. Then also a public liability insurance as well. And because you are also into the business of fitness and wellness as well. If you are a professional in that field as well, you might also need to take a professional indemnity. But you can just reach out to me or any member of my team, and will be available to also engage you further. We'll even come physically to your location so that we can do an assessment.
Okay, so there is a question from Simisola again asking if you assist in the process of regulating team training for a quick and effective response action.
What type of insurance can you recommend for an event? Okay. Do you assist in the process of regulating team training?
Team training for a quick, effective response action.
I think I need clarity on this question.
Okay, Simisola, please, if you can help clarify the question further. So Kudus is asking, what type of insurance can you recommend for an event company that is also into rental services?
Oh, okay. So for an event company that is into rental services, same thing also for all your, I'm sure for events, for an event company and you do rentals, there are things that you rent out. There are some event company, I wouldn't know if you have that. I know some people have cutleries or what do you call them now? Everything that has to do with cutleries, all those expensive plates, all those expensive cups. I wouldn't know if you do as much as that, but I know for that, for all those fragile things, you need to have an all risk insurance. Then maybe for some other items, you need to have fire and special peril and burglary. And because you are also into events management, there are some things you will be that are movable, because majorly fire and special peril and burglary, they are for assets or business content that are stationary, that are inside the office. But when you deal with items that are always movable, you will need to do an higher type of insurance. And this is why, for us as an organization, yes, we have developed a bundle package for a basic SME. What you can see there is for a basic SME, but we can customize based on your need. Because for every business, and that's why we are solution experts, we don't give one size fits all to everybody. Because I will look at your business and at what point are you facing, at what point would you face a risk that would impact you? So based on that, we'll look at the type of insurance that will fit your office. But at the minimum, for an event company, you need to insure all those things, all those items that you rent out. You need to ensure them, your business content, that maybe they are stationary, fire and special peril and burglary. And then you are an event planner. You also need to take a professional indemnity because your business there might be negligence on your part. You might make errors, and then you might need to pay liabilities. There will be liabilities that you know your clients would want to claim for. So I don't know if that answers your question. Oh, okay. Okay, I've seen Madam Simisola's chat. Okay, so she wants to confirm if we specialize or can assist with team training in identifying their clear roles for an effective response action in times of
In terms
crisis.
of crisis.
Oh, okay. So you might need an expert for that. We are an insurance company. You understand? So what we do for our own clients is, if you are our own client, so there are other things we also do for our own client. We do risk assessment for our clients, and we give, and based on that, we give you advice on how to improve your risk. So, but when it comes to training your team on how to carry out business continuity plan, you need an expert to help you with that. But at the minimum, for our own clients, we just don't sell insurance policies to them. We also go as far as assessing the risk in your office, assessing the risk, and providing the right advice. And we can also advise you appropriately. But when it comes to identifying clear rules for effective response action, you might want to get an expert, a PCP expert. I don't know if that answers your question. But at the minimum, when it comes to supporting your business with risk advisory, we do that as an insurance company. Is that
Okay, Madam Sumisola, I hope that answers your question. So it answers Madam Sumisola's questions. Thank you, Sumisola. So do we have any other question? And Madam Fumilayo, please can you please drop your contact details in the chat box so that those that might want to reach out after this session.
Okay, let me drop the contact.
So for those that are participating on our LinkedIn, if you have questions, please you can drop your questions so that Madam Fumilayo can attend to them. Those that are participating on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Facebook, if you have questions, please do drop them in the chat box. Of each platform, and Madam Fumilayo will attend to them. So Madam Fumilayo has dropped the contact details of our team members in the chat box. So if you'd like to reach out, please kindly do so. So Madam Fumilayo, it seems they would like to connect with you on LinkedIn too.
Oh, okay, let me just drop my name. So you can just look for me, Fumilayo Komalafe. Okay, you need the link. Okay, let me quickly get it.
So while we wait for Madam Fumilayo to get the link, so if we have any further questions. And please, for those that are yet to fill the poll on their screens, please kindly do fill the poll. Thank you. So, in the absence of any further questions, I'd like to thank every single one of you for taking our time off your busy schedules to attend today's session. I'm pretty sure we've learned a lot from today's session. So please can we show appreciation in the chat box to our facilitator for today. Let us please do show our appreciation to our facilitator for today, for today's awesome session. I'm pretty sure a lot of the things that we've learned today, we can all take back, we can all apply to our businesses to ensure that we have a business continuity plan in place for our businesses. For a whole lot of us, our businesses are, you know, they're an entity on its own, and we should look to it not just being a one-off. We should look to it, growing, building it to a level where it can expand past even while our wildest imagination. So I think this is one of the reasons why we bring these sessions to you to help you, you know, acquire the necessary skills, take up the necessary knowledge that you need to, that you can actively apply to your businesses. Now, we're not just bringing our facilitators that give you fairy tales. These are These are points that you can actively apply to your businesses and that will help your businesses grow. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending today's session. My name is Omotaya Akiomi, and I am the Business Support Officer here at the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. And here at the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, what we do is we provide access to finance, we provide capacity building opportunities, we provide opportunities for budding tech owners or you're in tech space, you have budding tech ideas, there's an opportunity for you. If you are within the ages of 18 to 35, if you'd like to acquire a skill, there's also an opportunity for you. So thank you so much, everyone, for attending today's session. Please do follow us on all our social media platforms at Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. We're on Instagram, we're on LinkedIn, we're on X, we're on Facebook. You follow us on all the social media platforms. Turn on your post notifications. This is very important so that you don't miss out on any opportunity or any of the programs that will be on offer here at the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. My name remains Omotaya Akiomi, and we will be seeing you at our next session. Thank you, everyone, and do enjoy the rest of your day. And thank you also, Madam Fumilayo Komolafe, and we hope to have you on our next session. Thank you so much, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Omotaya, and thank you, everyone. Bye.
Okay, Madam Fumilayo. Just before we go, I can see a question from Kudus, and
Okay.
he's saying that he's not really cleared on a response to his question. So I think I'm going to take his question again. So his question is saying, what kind of insurance can you recommend for an event company that is also a rental service? So, Mr. Kudus, please, can you really let us know what you're not clear on so that Madam Fumilayo can take that? If Mr. Kudus is still on this session, please, can you clarify what exactly you're not clear on? Or if Mr. Kudus is really not still on the session, or you can chat. I think that Madam Fumlaya has dropped contact info in the chat box. So you can please reach out to her after this session, and she would be able to put you through on everything that you need for the insurance plan as an event planner and as an event person and a rentals person. So a rentals business. So thank you once again, everyone, and thank you for staying this long for our session today. We look forward to having you at our next session. Please do follow us on all our social media platforms, and would so that you don't miss out on any other programs that we might have on and that we might have available. And we look forward to seeing you at our next session. Thank you, everyone, and do enjoy the rest of your day.